Those of us in the cast don't count. Of course, yeah, that's everybody. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. So as we remember, or if we remember from last week, there's a bit of an epic fight on a mountaintop with some trolls and some gnolls and some undead things. And one of you guys died.
Not it.
Yeah, it was Yahsob. Fortunately, Kadam seemed to just jump straight into the body and take over without a care, you know. But none of you guys saw any of this. I think maybe Taiji saw him drop and get back up, but no one really saw him actually die. So, as far as any of you guys are aware, Yahsob might have got knocked around a little bit in the last fight, but he's okay. Of course, Wallamir wasn't present. As at the start of the fight, after an amazing jet up into the sky and lobbing of a quite well-placed fireball, a strange tentacle came out of his deck of cards and chucked him back into it. Ralph, of course, collected the deck of cards, stuffed it down his stacks, and they went about the fight. So, you know, the deck of cards is there. We'll see what happens this week as to how Wallamir gets out. Otherwise, what else happened? Oh, Bucket. Bucket kicked the bucket.
Oh, she did.
Really, yes, she did.
Yeah, Bucket
really
did kick the bucket.
Fortunately, after 2 attempts, one of Taiji's halves was able to revivify her, and she is alive again. Yes. Taiji, however,
You scared me. I'm like, I'm riding somebody. I don't know who. We're gonna work this out right now.
Yeah, right. No, it's fine. Bucket's alive. She's still hurting, but she's alive. And Taiji, your secret got revealed as your top half got KO'd, and it was revealed that you were in fact 2 Warforged masquerading as one. And now one of your halves is kind of, you know, the equivalent of bleeding out. Its power source is leaking.
Being cracked.
Cracked. And non-functional to the point of there's a little bit of energy left, but when we get into things, you're going to have to figure that out pretty quick smart. One of the gnolls was a vampire. It's the thing that gave you the most curry, actually, out of everything. It was defeated, and it reverted into a mist form and slunk away to the north. But that does let you know that there are some pretty powerful undead out there, not just the lich that you've been asked to go after. So with all of that, I think we can go back to the map. I cleared out like the stuff that had fallen down the chasms and stuff. I left the bodies of the things that had like died around you, in case you want to do any things with those, with them, carve them up or anything like that. Now there should be 2, yeah, that's right. There's also like a couple of dozen, or probably about a dozen gnoll bodies on the other side of the hill. But those fires are still there and lit. So I need to bring you guys across as well. Sergeant Bernie, of course, took off, so he's gone. Yeah, so you've got some dead gnolls, a couple of dead trolls, a bridge that is now non-existent because it got burnt to the fuckhouse. The passage that you need to follow is to the north, across that chasm. And there are some ready-lit fires. So here we are, guys. Literally, Bucket has just been revivified. Kadam, you like the vampires just slunk off and disappeared down into the chasm, and you saw it head north and sort of like duck into the chasm, and flit around, and it's headed off. Yeah. Taiji, you have one of you over there. If you're over here, so the one of you over by Bucket is the undamaged.
Yeah, that's the cleric because he went and did some healy heals.
And Yep, and your sorcerer half is over here by Kadam.
Yeah.
Currently on the ground, unable to really do much. So, with that, guys, what would you like to do?
Well,
Keep in mind it is nighttime.
there's a damaged mechanoid next to me, isn't there?
Well, there is.
There is, and Kadam, being what he is, will probably attempt to cast Mending or Cure Wounds.
Which
on
one would
this
you like to
boy.
attempt?
Well, it is a robot, so maybe Mending?
Okay, go ahead. Can you please describe to me how you cast Mending? What do you do?
Well, Kadam is going to go straight back to his roots. He doesn't have a
Mhm.
lot of his tools handy. So he's going to just use the survival tools that he has at hand to do some improvised mechanics on the thing, seal off any leaks however he can, tighten the pipes above it if he needs to, and actually work the engine, because he does know his way around metalwork and around basic and complex machines, well,
Mhm.
back in his original days. So it's probably still in his head, and
Okay.
he's probably going to do some mechanics, basically, on this
Well, in
mechanical
that
tree.
case, you wouldn't really be casting the Mending spell. You'd be making a medicine check in a sense. So give me medicine. Is medicine already wisdom or is it intelligence?
It's
No, no.
wisdom.
All right, give me a medicine check then.
7.
7? Yeah, look, the damage is pretty extensive. It's well beyond superficial, like, damage to the external armor. His systems are, for all you can tell, fucked. You don't know what to do with this. Maybe you think that perhaps Cord would be able to help, but
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You read my mind. You're getting really good at this. So, I am going. Once I realize that it's out of my elephantine hands,
Mhm.
I hold those elephantine hands flat out to try and bring on the power of Cord. Actually, if it
Alright.
helps, one hand on my hat, the other one over the thing, if that helps.
okay, roll me a D100.
Here comes the D100. Half of Taiji is resting on it. 69, dude!
So you place your hand on your hammer, you place your hand out over Taiji, this half of Taiji, and you reach out and you're feeling for Cord's presence. You're trying to call on that familiar energy that you've called on thousands of times before, and nothing happens.
Oh shit.
Anyone else? What would you like to do while Kadam's doing this?
I'm going to be
Anybody?
coming over to my other half.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be looking at him like, Yin, you good? And Yin will look up and just go, put his hand on his chest and like bring it away, and there's like some gooey type stuff from his core. He's like, I don't think so, brother. I think I'm done for. I'm then going to cast my hut over the top of us,
Mm-hmm.
and then while I'm in the hut, I'm going to want to start disassembling my brother and attaching all the bits to me, and pretty much taking him into me until we can find a new power source for him.
All right, no problem. Yeah, because like as you look at the damage that's actually been done, you have it's easy for you to see because it's the same systems that you have, and part of your training and your base programming is to understand how to be able to fix yourselves in combat. So it's quite obvious that his power source is on its last legs. It's cracked, it's leaking fuel, and if you didn't do the process that you're doing now, he would have hours to live. So you take his code, you implant that into your own systems. You take all the necessary parts you need to build yourself up into a normal humanoid-sized Warforged.
Yep.
This process will take the duration of a long rest. So you can begin that now, while the others go on doing what they're doing. When you wake, you will be fully rested, but you will have to choose which of your forms to use.
Yep.
As we've discussed previously, just so those at home know, you will have access, once a day to cast spells from the other list.
Yep.
From the other character as you need to, and you can switch between which one is active. But it will take a whole turn to do in combat, and you can do that 4 times a day. Is that your proficiency bonus?
My proficiency bonus number of times, so 4.
4 times a day, yeah. And then any damage that applies to one will carry over to the other when you switch. And only the active one recovers on short rests. So, that's cool. You can be doing that. So, Ralph, what would you like to be doing while all of that's going on? At least the beginnings of it, Kadam sussing him out, him wandering over, like, Bucket's just been brought back to life.
I honestly think I would just ignore most of it. And console. I don't know. Pet Bucket.
Yeah, sweet. So you're spending time with Bucket, making sure she's okay. Bucket appears a little bit shaken, but is comforted by your presence. And if you were to wander away at all, she would follow pretty closely to you at the moment. She's definitely shaken, but she's overall okay. She's still hurt, but you know that with a good night's rest, she'll be all right tomorrow, at least physically.
Yeah, we should probably find a place to rest.
Good call. Well, it seems Taiji has kind of picked the place already, but
I mean,
I'm sure
we should
you
find a better place.
While I'm doing this,
line of the Knoll battle. Go ahead.
So while I'm doing this, can I just yell out to everyone, if you want to come in now. You can rest in here. It's nice and dry and warm. And I'll just
that's a good idea. Just tell me how big your thing actually is.
It is
the tiny hut, because it is a tiny hut.
Yes. Let me just go back onto that one.
If it's 10-foot radius, you're good. If it's any smaller than that, you're going to be in trouble.
Where is it? I can't find my tiny hut. Where is it?
And your spell is presumably.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you can't remember where you parked your tiny hut?
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Terrible.
Here it is.
I'm just going to ask. You got it?
It is a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, Bucket will fit. So you can absolutely, if you guys would like, all camp in the tiny hut tonight, and that will keep you safe from whatever's going on outside. It'll keep you warm, or you'll be fine in there for 8 hours. So up to you guys.
Well, before Kadam does anything at this point, because I think Kadam would be just a little bit traumatized. He's going to kind of kneel on his hammer for a moment and try to pray again without a motive, and just try to reach out.
Okay. Roll me another D100.
You watch, I'll roll something terrible again.
And with it, tell me what you're asking or what you're saying to Cord.
Cord, I am reaching out to you. Can you reach back? Your mighty power must fill these skies. And I roll a 90, which is yeah, quite a number.
That's what you hear.
Oh damn. Okay, so I'm gonna crawl into this hut and Yahsob myself to sleep.
Well played. Oh dear. Is everyone happy camping in the tiny hut? There's room for everybody without it being too cramped. Like you'll have 5 feet to yourself.
Again, no.
No. Okay, so I didn't.
That's why it's...
That's all.
Oh no, for like every session before this one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't Wallamir's deck of cards. This is the tiny hut cast by.
You've never been asked to come in here before.
Okay.
Because I've never wanted anyone in.
Still don't want to, Ocean?
I'm sorry, what?
You still don't want to, Ocean?
No.
All right.
Oh,
well,
can't come in. Okay, you can come in. Fuck you.
All right. Well,
keep your fucking hut.
Yeah. I will say, Taiji, that you don't have to complete this process now. You know that your other half will last a few hours, so before completing the process, so you can find a better place to camp before you actually commence that. If you would like, you guys could all take a short rest here, and then go and find somewhere to camp if you like.
That's what I was saying to begin with, is I think it's a bad idea to camp around all the bodies where the gnolls were setting up their defenses for whatever.
Well, I will clarify that they weren't setting up defenses here. This looks to be like a wait. This was a travel camp, much like you guys would set up if you were, as you're traveling. They were headed somewhere. They've come from somewhere and they were heading somewhere. This was just where they stopped. Like it doesn't look like a fortified position at all. It's just there's fires, there's some bedrolls scattered around, a couple of tents.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just felt that way because of the high ground.
Yeah, well, they picked a smart place to camp,
So are we just going to do a short rest and then move on then?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
I mean, unless you had other thoughts now, Fizz?
No, I was hoping anybody that's actually in the game would conversate about it, but we could just move along.
You'll notice that Kadam doesn't converse about much at all. He's going to very much just rest and introspect.
Right. So yeah, short rest passes without incident. Can I get a perception check from everybody as that finishes, please?
Mm-hmm.
One perception check. Ew, 11. Good thing I've got a high perception. Darn, my passive perception 17.
Ralph?
Yeah.
While you're having your short rest, you start to feel it's slowly increasing at first, but what quickly intensifies this rising heat in your crotch vicinity.
I think back to the bar.
Not that kind of heat. There seems to be an object that you might have placed in there a little while ago that's getting really, really, really hot right now.
Right. Yeah, so the cards, I'll pull them out.
Yeah, sweet. And the deck is... Yeah, the deck is now like glowing. It's almost red hot. Like you can still hold it in your hands without it like burning, but it's like hot potato kind of thing.
Oh no! Pull them out and drop them in the snow.
Yeah, sweet. As he does, the light and the heat flares, and you're all blinded for like a brief second. Quickly, your vision comes back, and standing before you with the deck of cards at their feet is...
Hi, Froth.
Hey, Froth.
With the deck of cards before you is a tiny, tiny little Wallamir made out of flame.
Oh, I get real low so I can hear whatever it is you gotta say. Like I'm like on my knees, you know, bent over, ear next to you.
Yes. Everyone's so fucking huge. You, Ralph, giant Ralph, tell me what's going on. And as he's saying this, he's slowly sinking into the snow as it melts below him.
That's awesome.
Tell me what's going on.
We made it through the knoll, and you know, everybody's resting in the hut.
So it's just you and me then, and for some reason you're gigantic, and and you see some red hands come out of his chest and slowly open it up, and you see a swirling portal, and you see a feminine leg step through onto the snow, and the portal closes up behind, with Wallamir turning inside out and disappearing again.
So that is what you were saying. All right, so I don't know what to do with this female leg, and I don't want to get caught with it, so I throw it off the cliff.
No, not just a leg.
Oh.
Hang on. Before Wallamir disappears, the other leg comes out as well, and then a torso, and then a head, and then it folds back into a deck of cards, and she's like, right, yeah, and chucks the deck of cards as far as she can into the snow.
What happened to Wallamir?
Who?
Wallamir? Wallamir.
Oh, he's busy. Busy right now. And you see like a head pop out, and arm, and it picks up the deck of cards and starts hopping back over towards us.
This is great.
Oh, my dear, you seem to have dropped me. Sorry, Ralph, do you have some sort of fucking sack? Fireproof.
Do I ever have it? Oh, no.
That was pretty good. So yeah, she's just gonna her form sort of changes, so she's got clothes on, just shimmers and gets wider, and then she just pops the deck of cards in a pocket, and pocket disappears. Well, new world, new me.
Wait, just real quick, I should know who this person is, right?
No.
Oh, this isn't the fire
Well,
element.
you would have seen her,
out,
actually.
like repeatedly.
Yeah, she's never spoken to you though,
Ah, yeah, okay.
and no one's ever really asked about it. So, right, the name's Effie.
Well, you know my name.
I know your name. I've talked to my husband quite a bit about you. And just so you know, Effie isn't actually
You
my
are
name.
married to him?
Yeah, holds up a hand and a diamond ring appears on it, and then it disappears
I was
again.
like, I'm not high-fiving that.
Yeah, less of a religious marriage, more of a marriage of convenience for him and a marriage of suffrage for me. However, it did work out in the end.
So,
Yeah.
you with us?
I'm with you.
Like, what? I mean, are you with us to go get the mineral? I forgot what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. Sounds like heaps of fun.
Yeah.
I'll
Gotta go
just
fight some undead. You might have missed that part.
Oh, is someone, and she's going to look around. Is anyone around hurt?
Um,
Well,
There's dead people everywhere.
are we not
Yeah,
in
this
the
is-
hut yet?
you guys are, her and Ralph are outside.
Okay.
So yeah,
Taiji, you can walk out of your hut at any point.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anybody else walks out, it's over.
No. Anyone can walk in and out.
Ah, if you walk out, it's over.
Yeah.
so yeah, you will, Effie, you'll see like a couple of dead trolls, a bunch of dead gnolls. Obviously, Bucket's milling around, and Bucket looks definitely wounded. Everyone else is inside the hut, and you can't see through the outside, so you don't know how they are at the moment. But Bucket's definitely wounded.
Question. If I were to
Yes.
walk out now, would I be compromising my short rest?
Kind of. This is like slight flashback to that. This is happening as you guys are resting, so yeah.
So,
Although no, if you're not doing anything strenuous, you're fine.
Yeah, I
Walk
was.
out.
This what I was thinking is strenuous.
Okay.
I'm just gonna I just walk over and stick my head out the hut and are we staying here or are we moving on? Because I can get us across that chasm over there if you really want us to.
Yeah, Effie, this is Taiji twins.
Taiji twins now.
Yeah, you might notice his head's a lot smaller than it once was.
Well, no, my head isn't smaller. It's
No, the
has
head's
a
the
soft
same
just
size.
my body that's smaller.
Oh, bobblehead.
We just
Bobblehead
see your
Taiji.
head, do you? We just see your head.
Yeah.
You've literally just got your head poking out of a hole in the air.
Uh-huh.
But you're a twin now. Congratulations.
Thank you, I was always a twin. We were just hiding. We didn't want to be destroyed.
Fair enough. I guess you could say the same for me. So I did get a little bit cut off before. So Wallamir did call me Effie, but that's because he's a bit of an asshole, and it just stands for fire elemental.
Ah. I
So-
kind of like Effie for short.
So what is your name?
Fire element. Just said.
Ephildra.
What?
What? What? It's not a funny name.
Is that what he liked to do?
Can I attempt to cast a fucking fireball at the person laughing?
Are they actually laughing in character?
I
don't know.
think. I don't honestly think it.
I'm kidding. I wasn't going to cast a fireball. It's not Wallamir.
The guy's probably quite depressed. I think.
Oh, man.
I just realized I could cast way more fireballs with this character.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so Ephildra.
Okay.
Ephildra.
Can we?
Should we call you Fieldy?
That feels a bit
That's
weird. Is there another way we could shorten
Field.
Effie?
it? I like that. I like that. Effie sounds good. Let's go with that.
Sorry.
Well, now it's actually a shortening of my name.
I like
now
it.
it's a friendly commonalization. This feels better.
It's much better.
To be fair, he did name me well. Effie sounds fucking pretty cool.
Okay, yin, yang. Effie, can you make me a perception check, please?
No.
Please. Oh, that's nice. Okay,
24.
cool. Yin,
I'll roll
yang,
one.
and Effie. Coming to the end of the short rest period, so everyone can apply their short rests. You guys can hear scritching and scraping coming from over the edge of the chasm. It sounds like it's a ways off, but it's sort of like, and like rocks sort of like clattering downwards as they're dislodged and things like that. Yeah.
Oh. Are you people being chased by something?
There will be probably dead things climbing up the side of the wall. They dropped down and... yeah. They're probably coming back for us.
Undead.
Guess it's time to drop them down again.
There's no way they
Oh.
survive.
No, they were alive when they went down, and then they got turned and they're coming back up.
So...
No, I wouldn't do that. Sorry.
Twins, which one of you can cast a fireball?
That would be the mage. Which is the one talking to you, the wizard. Yin.
Okay. Fireballs?
Yes, but I can get us across this chasm and we can keep moving and just get away from them.
Yeah, let's do across the chasm, then fireball, then run.
Sure.
If we're lucky, we might even have one of those exciting scenes where we cast a fireball and then the ground starts collapsing underneath us and we can run.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a decent break soon because I won't make it too much longer if I don't join with my brother.
I'm hearing weird incest vibes. Anyone else?
I know all I can see is the receptacles.
No.
My power pack is broken and it's going to run out of charge very soon.
Your pee-pee?
My PP.
He's got, look, put it this way. You have about an hour to find another campsite.
And in that spirit, I'm going to step out of this tent now that I've had my short rest, and get a little bit closer to the scraping up the wall, and just sniff the air to see if I can smell what it is. Did you hear that?
Kadam?
Sorry, I was muted.
Might be a teleport.
Sorry, I was muted. So you're sniffing over the edge. All right. So no one else is going to be aware of this.
I'm walking toward the edge and sniffing the air. You know what I mean?
Okay. So no one else will notice this, but as you go to draw breath, you realize that your lungs aren't actually moving. You're not breathing.
Problematic.
It doesn't seem to be negatively affecting you at all. But your body is completely still and quiet, other than the movement that you're directing it to have.
So my mind is probably going to go toward maybe there's a bit of Yahsob who's doing the breathing for me and I just need to wrestle control back. So like, breathe in harder.
Nothing happens.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
You can still make a perception check, but if you're trying to do it via smell alone, it's going to be a disadvantage.
Okay, so perception sitting on +7. Oh yeah, there's no more advantage. Gotcha. 9. Not good.
Yeah, no, well, you can't smell a thing. If you go to the edge and look close, you might be able to see stuff, but you can't smell anything.
So
If Kadam was worried,
Kadam, do you look worried?
Kadam at this point will constantly look worried because he's out of touch
Oh,
with both his
I
previous
think-
personality and his
listen.
god.
Wallamir did tell me about Kadam's amazing nose. I think he's picked up something, and I look expectantly at Kadam.
Nice.
I look back. Oh, whatever it is doesn't have a smell. We'll have to use our ears and our eyes.
Well, I'm going to say Yang's going to go, well, I think we should get out of here. Let's make a gate across to the other side and we can get out of here.
Yeah, Ralph has been staring at the twins ever since they said they had
capital
away.
So I'm going to cast that Arcane Gate.
Yep. No problem. You cast Arcane Gate, 500 feet, so...
Well, up to 500 feet.
But you have to be able to see?
Yeah, you got to see the
Right, so
2
the furthest
points.
point you can see is at the plus 20 foot mark. That's the crest of the hill, so you can teleport up to there.
Yep.
And then the hill goes up and wraps back down and around onto another pathway that starts heading down the mountain.
Yep, that's fine. I'll be just like, all right, everyone, through the gate.
That is much better than I thought. I was expecting like you were gonna mend the ropes of the bridge.
So I go through the
job.
gate and gonna just start doing this for the transport effect.
Hang on, I've got something. I've got something for that. Hang on.
Oh no.
We're in Wayne's World. Wait.
Alright. So, portals.
So how far did the gate go?
It can go up to 500 feet, but it's limited by the
By
sight.
sight.
So where the 20 foot line is at the top of the map, somewhere along there is the furthest it can reach at the moment.
Okay, cool.
So you guys can basically pick a point along that 20 foot line and I'll move over to there. I was going to get out portal overlays, but you know, I don't think we need those.
Well,
Oh, it's faster than portal plays.
I'd probably
Yeah.
put the portal out about here, only because we don't know what's over that. We can't see over that rise, so it'll come out before the rise, so we can, like, obviously poke our heads over and see what's there.
Yeah, cool. Makes sense.
Yeah, as soon as I see Kadam go through, I'll successfully. I'll go through with.
Love it. I'm just
I
gonna
can't
place,
see myself, but I would go through.
I need to actually bring your token onto the map, so I will do that. 1 moment, please. I'm just placing some little nebulas as your little portal points, just because you know why the fuck not. Let's put this a bit further
And while
back.
you're doing that, I will
Effie token.
do the fun thing and say, well, if we are being hunted by undead things coming up the mountain, I have an idea. I'm pretty sure he's going to go for it. And she's going to make the chest pocket appear again. And Wallamir, the deck of cards starts bouncing around, and then Wallamir pops out. A little flaming Wallamir, and she says, "All right, my darling. Yes, I'm free again to destroy." And she goes, "All right. So I don't really know what's going on here. However, you've always wanted to be a suicide bomber?" He's like, "Yes." She goes, "All right, there's some undead people down there." And she's just going to send Wallamir to go jump off and cast Fireball on himself as he goes over the edge when he sees someone.
And he's going to do that?
Well, he's a summoned elemental. He'll...
Sure. So absolutely, Wallamir fucking goes and dives off the cliff, turns
Hello,
himself
undead!
into,
Ah!
turns himself into a projectile fireball and then just launches at this literal cluster of undead gnolls now clambering their way up the other side of the mountain that you guys have just left. And anyone who's watching can see them all just like catch flame and start to drop off and fall back down again. Like maybe one or two of them keep climbing up for a little while, but they're on fire, and just like none of them make it even 20 feet from the top. Like they're just eradicated, sorted.
Well, I'm pretty, like, I want to say 60% sure I'll be able to summon him back. I think. And she walks over up to the edge and just looks over. And you see a little hand. And she quickly just kicks the hand off the edge and lets him fall. And then
Oh my god.
comes back and goes, right, I think we've got some time.
I love it. Alright, so has everyone crossed over?
I was second and third.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, I meant to do this before while we we're talking. Is it okay if I pump some healing into our good friend Horse?
Thank you.
Bucket?
I'm guessing by the sound effects, yes. Also, Fizz, that's, very loud. Can we fix that? Thanks. There was a Sirenscape sound effect that was sounding like energy pulsing. You can also roll hit dice for Bucket for the short rest if you like before the healing happens, so you can get a bit of both.
That was actually a portal sound effect.
And then yes, if you want to roll the hit dice first, Fizz, so then Effie knows how much healing is necessary.
Sure.
Since that would have probably happened. I don't know which one would have happened first, but either way. Oh, there we go. If you're doing prayer of healing, and everyone gets an extra 21.
Yep.
So Bucket's full from that and her hit dice.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and everyone else gets 21 from the prayer of healing.
So are we just we know which way we're going?
Yeah. To bed soon.
Can I, as people are coming over, can I, as Yang, do, I don't know, an Arcana check or something, inside or something to see about my hit points? Because I don't feel like I'm as strong as I was before, and I want to know if there's any way I can use my power to reverse that.
What kind of cleric are you?
Religion, life cleric. So I should know something about.
Make me a religion check. Make me a religion check.
Yeah, not real good. 12.
Alright, so you've vaguely heard about some undead creatures having the ability to, like, sap the life force from people. You know that in some cases it can be permanent, in other cases it's not. But you're not sure, you can't remember at the moment how those non-permanent cases are resolved. Or if the permanent cases can be resolved, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that in some cases it is possible for it to be fixed. You're just not sure how to.
Cool.
Alright, so you guys make it across. You've got, like I said, about a bit less than an hour now to find a campsite. So what would you like to do?
O'Shea. Or Yahsob.
Yes?
Find us a shelter. And quickly.
Okay.
We're losing
Yeah.
light.
I'll
Right, so you
survey
get-
the landscape using my survival.
Alright, well, before you do, you know that the path is moving forward. There's nowhere here at the top of the mountain. So you're going to be moving, like, you should be able to see it now, like, the very top of the map. The path goes up to the top and then winds back around into itself. So that's the pathway. and it's going to start winding back around down the side of the mountain. So you guys will start moving, but that's the only way to go, really, unless you don't go. So you guys will start moving along this pathway. You'll see, like, as you're going, little bits of, like, scrap, like, off-cast food, meat, stuff like that, probably dropped by the gnolls as they were moving through to set up this camp here. You know, some of them might, you know, snacking and stuff. Now, as you're progressing, go ahead, make me a survival check to find somewhere to camp along the passageway here.
Come on, we want a big number here. That's not the big number we want.
Oh no!
So, the hour you had is quickly drawing to a close. You are on an exposed pathway on the side of the mountain. You have maybe 10 minutes until the power supply runs out completely.
Oh, no.
And there's nowhere completely safe to camp inside.
I'll just be like, we're gonna have to make camp. I can make my hut. We can all get in it. No one's gonna be able to get in and get us. We'll be safe for 8 hours. But I'm not losing my brother over this.
Wait, you incorporate him last short rest?
What's wrong with your brother?
No, not in the
Why
short
did you do
rest.
that
I
when you
couldn't.
were... Oh.
That was only if we were going to have a long rest there.
Oh,
So what's
you
wrong
just
with
been
your brother?
carrying him around?
Oh no, he can still walk and move at the moment, but his power pack's cracked. So it's like
I'm going to ignore that one and talk to the brother and say, "What's wrong with you?"
my power pack cracked. It's non-repairable. I'm gonna have to join with my brother to keep myself alive until we can find a new pack or get this one repaired. But I don't have long left. We need to do it now.
Oh, okay. Now, I have no idea what's wrong with this person / thing. I'm going to decide what they are. I have lots of healing spells. Can I do like a check to see what's wrong?
You can attempt one, sure.
Well, I want to do the check, whether I pass
Medicine.
or fail.
Yeah. I'm saying you can definitely attempt one. You can do a medicine check for me. I think same as what I had undo before. He's still a living being, despite being, you know, like made of metal. Medicine. 7 moments. Thanks for the heads up, Jace. Did you see that?
Sorry?
Stream tag said it's just chatting. I stream tag said it's just chatting and not D&D.
Oh.
What we can spend doing critical conversations.
Whoops.
Yeah. So I don't think we can change that midstream. So we might maybe change that when we come back from the break.
I don't know. Let me have a look.
But that will affect stream straight off. So we'll see what happens when we go for break. Thanks, 7 dungeons. Oh, we can? Okay. Cool.
Alrighty.
Editorial rule or editor rule.
So I'm just going to cast Sanctuary on my good friend here. And just flame will erupt all around him. And I step through the flame and I'm going to do my lovely medicine check. That'll be an 18.
Yeah, so like, if this were a human, he would currently require a modern medical equivalent of a triple heart bypass or a transplant. And if he doesn't get that or get the procedure that his brother was talking about started in the next 5 to 10 minutes, he's dead.
Oh,
All right. So the power supply is a bit messed up?
It's completely fucked. It's not just cracked, it's like almost shattered. It's got the tiniest trickle of like magical energy left in it, and it's seeping out. right before your eyes.
So with the sanctuary spell on him and looking at the crack, first of all, I want to see where the power pack is. Is it down near his pee-pee?
You'll have to ask Jason about that
I want
one.
to avoid that area.
Since Warforged. Jason, where's your power pack at?
No, my power pack is in my center of my chest.
That's good. Yeah, no, I was going to say we can't save him. So she just puts her hand on the cracked area and is going to attempt to sort of fuse the fuel cell, melt it.
Okay.
Casting Greater Restoration.
Ooh. Oh, I like this. Okay, go ahead. Put Greater Restoration through for me. Because I know this isn't like an intended use of the spell, I don't think, but it's going. I think I can do something with it.
Okay, so you imbue a creature you touch with positive energy, which I'd already done with Sanctuary. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1, blah, blah, blah. One effect of the end one of these effects, one effect of charm, one curse, target's attunement to a cursed magic item, any reduction to one's target ability score, or one's reducing target hit point maximum.
Yeah, cool. Okay, couple of questions. Jason.
Yes.
Has this brother taken any maximum hit point reduction from the vampire?
Yeah, they both have.
They both? Okay, so as Effie casts this spell on, is it Yin that's in trouble?
Yeah, Yin, yeah.
Alright, on Yin, that is removed, that maximum hit point reduction. And you can see anyone who's looking, and Yin himself can feel it, the casing around the energy source, the cracks begin to seal over and sort of like knit together, not perfectly, and it doesn't recharge the power cell, but it keeps what's left in there, right? It's going to give you about enough time to find a suitable campsite.
I'll look down, I'll be like, thank you. I think I've got a little bit more time now. I don't feel like I'm draining away.
Nice. That was definitely a hold my beer moment. Love it.
Anything I can do to help my friends.
Love it. All right.
Well,
so
definitely.
you guys now have time to keep looking for a campsite. So
Could I make another look around?
something again.
Okay. Oh.
Oh no, really? Okay, that's better. About another, probably another half hour, 45 minutes down the way, you do find a small cave that you can duck into. It's not a cavern system, it's just like a small cave in the rock. It's apparently empty. There doesn't seem to be any signs of anything having lived here. It's literally just a little pocket that all of you will fit into nicely. You can see out. There's only one way in or out, so you can easily keep watch. It's covered. It's big enough that you can have a small fire, assuming you have some survival supplies. There's not much wood right here on the side of the mountain. But yeah, you have all the things you need for a reasonably secure campsite.
Can we assume that we scavenge the battlefield for supplies?
Sure, absolutely.
At least enough firewood for tonight.
Yeah, sure, and food and rations and stuff too. Like they had all sorts of stuff lying around. So that is fine. So we can get to long resting. I'm going to bring us to the regional map. We don't need a battle map for a rest unless something happens. We'll see. So for now, you guys have proceeded on, a couple of hours, so you're a little bit further out, coming down and down, around. So, end of the day, you guys can set camp. We're going to need to do watches, obviously, because it's still not, safe in bed in an inn. Let me just think. Yeah, cool. Okay. So setting camp, food's covered. water will be covered too. You can have found some extra containers of clean water. The living ones of those guys still needed to drink.
There's snow everywhere.
Right. Yep. Don't drink it. Especially don't eat it. Alright, so who wants to be taking which watch?
I wait for Effie to take that watch.
I can volunteer.
I was going to take the first watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not sleepy.
Alright. So, Ralph and Effie on first watch. We'll get to whoever you guys wake up at the end of your watch. So, first 2 hours. You guys are taking watch. I assume everyone's settling into bed. Is there anything else you want to do before everyone goes to bed?
Yes. Yes, actually. Kadam has a thing that he has to do, actually. He's gonna step out, and I'm actually gonna activate my rage for this.
Okay.
Storm happening around, that extra lightning. If I can, I'm also gonna use, because I picked this as a cantrip, Thaumaturgy, to try and make some light pour out of my eyes while I do this as well, and raise my hammer toward the sky and just call, "God, do you hear me?"
Alright. Roll me a D100. I will point out you had to have cast the Thaumaturgy before you raged. So.
I should have thought of that.
Everyone in chat just raging about the pronunciation.
39.
39. So you do this, and you wait.
Oh, I don't just wait. You know how raging gives you that light?
Yeah,
I'm keeping that going as I go.
yeah. So you're doing this, the lightning's crackling all around you, you're waiting, and for the longest time you hear nothing, you see nothing. And just as your rage is about to subside, and the lightning is about to trickle out, you see far off in the distance to the north, at the very peak of a mountain on the horizon, tiniest little lightning strike.
Right. That's a relief. Okay. So, Kadam goes and rests with the others with just a bit more confidence than before.
Cool.
My mouth is just dropped because I know we're trying to have like a hidden camp, and he's standing at the doorway screaming out into the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, now that he's gone, I didn't want to say anything, but like that lightning storm's been going on for like a day and a half. But like, it probably seemed meaningful to him, so that's good. But Ralph, just,
Power of religion.
I know we're going to pay attention to our watch and everything, but I've got to tell you something.
And IU.
Before, when I was healing our friend, when I welded his little pee-pee, yeah, I put a little dick shape on it. Welded into it. I wanted to tell someone, but everyone was like around. I couldn't tell anyone. They would have heard. But I just want to know how many days it'll take for him to find it. But I think it's funny. Like, it's done with love. Because, you know, friends. We're all friends.
Yeah. I get it.
But, you know, now his pee-pee has a pee-pee.
I mean, it's a little fucked. Normally you do it to like a drunk person passed out, not somebody who's like half dead. but I get it. You know.
Yeah, and to be fair, a person that was
fucked.
drunk and passed out up on this snowy mountain would be pretty dead. So up here, it's pretty much the same.
Well, that's all right because
That means that we can name them. That can be Taiji Dickheart.
well, it seems though once we finish the long rests and I put myself together, he will see that dick shape on the broken one, but that's getting chucked anyway because it's fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, she says that, and then she just says, hang on a sec, and she's going to cast a little spell called Good Bevy. And she summons a little hip flask.
Good baby, I love it. I love it.
Has a swig and hands it over to Ralph.
I definitely will drink it. It's good.
Yeah, it's basically, your like fire whiskey type stuff. So it's like
Nice.
dwarven whiskey infused with chili and shit.
So we haven't had our long rest yet.
Yeah, still in watch phase 1.
First watch.
Yeah. So while I'm putting myself together, once I'm done, I think I can talk to myself between the two brothers while I'm in the state. But obviously only one of them comes forward at a time. It'd be like, that Effie, when she healed my power pack, I felt a lot stronger. I don't know what she did, but yeah, I felt like I was before we fought. So I'll just say that to my brother, my cleric brother, and leave it at that for now.
Yeah, the other one comes back and giggles.
So, Effie, what made you come out? Have you switched places with Wallamir? Like, what's happening here?
I don't actually know. There's some really crazy bitch with like tentacles and portals, and I'm pretty sure we came across her slaughtering like hundreds of innocent people. And Wallamir was just like, yeah, cool, seems like a cool person. Hello, it's me. Well, you know what he does. Like, don't get me wrong, cool guy. But
okay, real quick. Is it Rimalaw or Wallamir?
oh yeah, you don't want to ask that question. It's Wallamir now. Okay, this is gonna be weird. And I don't know how much everyone knows, but
So I'm trying to say this out of
Wallamir-
character because I don't know if I should expose knowing of Judy or not.
well, who's Judy?
The tentacle
Yeah.
chick. The god of Wallamir.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
But I think Wallamir is like the old Wallamir, and this is actually Rimalaw, I think.
No,
Or am I tripping?
Rimalaw was the. All right, so I'll say this in character. So, because it's much better. It's actually easier to say in character because there's less people to talk about. Right. So, Wallamir comes from a different plane slash world slash sphere. When we came here, for some reason, Wallamir possessed Rimalaw's body, and I believe that also happened with Kadom, and I have no idea how many other people, because a few of us came through. But Wallamir somehow, which I don't understand, within his mind, tore Rimalaw apart and put his body up inside our house on display. So Rimalaw doesn't exist anymore, and Wallamir is here.
Alright.
I
Yes, that's pretty much
also
what I think as well.
have similar news.
You're asleep.
Oh, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
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 I
go on.
can say that something weird seems to be going on because I'm.
Good night, Sax. Thanks for hanging out, Simon.
You know, you can always type that in chat. But night, Sax. Thanks for hanging out. So I'm pretty sure that because my powers are from the fire elemental, and Shiz seems to be from this bullshit place of mist, death, and hunger. Possibly the most fucked up place I've ever seen. Like, bodies everywhere. Something's going on between me and her and Wallamir. And not a good thing. And scene. That's all I know.
Yeah, because my eyes are just dead, staring at you, trying to absorb everything that's going
no.
on.
I have no idea either. All I know is I'm glad to be here. And, you know, I figure if you guys are on my side, I'm less likely to be destroyed.
I'm happy to leave the drama in the deck of cards. Should we even be carrying them around?
Well,
Suggested the overlooking cliff outside the cave door.
Yeah, she picks them up and throws them over the cliff. And like
right back.
at the end of our shift, you see the hand climbing back up, pulling itself up with the deck of cards, and it comes back.
Speaking of the end of your shift, as the deck of cards comes back and before you go to wake anyone else up, can I get both of you to make a perception check, please, with disadvantage because you've been gasbagging and telling stories that are leaving people gobsmacked.
With this, you said. Yes. Here comes.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what you're looking for. 7.
Lovely.
I
And
rolled
Effie?
2 nat 20s,
Oh my god.
but it just didn't come up for some reason.
Right. Yeah, sure. Okay,
Not
7 and a
bad.
15. Alright, so you both
15
here.
ain't bad.
I guess the only way to describe this would be the beating of massive feathered wings and an avian screech approaching the cabin.
Ah. Yep, shift change. So wake somebody up.
Are we able to jump into that thing?
The tiny hut?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as the deck of cards gets to us, she's going to grab Wallamir's hand, grab you, and put a foot on bucket and say, everyone willing? And then teleport us all to just outside where the thing is, and then dive into the tiny hut.
What just happened?
It seems you got teleported from your watch location, like the edge of the cave, to where right next to where the tiny hut is, and it's now up to you whether you dive in or not.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I would have passively been saying yes, but my brain would have been saying no. Like,
Yeah.
what? Willing
My
to what?
mind telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. And that's all we needed. We needed your body to tell us yes. And zzz.
And so,
that's clipped.
Yeah. So Ralph, as Effie dives into the tiny hut behind you, you hear again the beating of wings, and it's like these taloned claws land beneath the edge of the pathway, and you can just see this huge beaked head jutting its way into the cavern entrance, and it's trying to get to you.
For it and tackle the head off the cliff, and I yell back, "Wake him up!"
Okay, roll initiative, and I'm going to need to make a battle map. Let's go. I love it. I love it so much. Let me see what I've got that I can use.
Before initiative, I scream at everyone. Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really asleep, but how far have I gotten in putting myself together?
You probably would have done that before you went to sleep, right?
Well, I don't sleep, but I don't know how long Mark wants me to take to do it.
You get downtime and rest time. So like, look, I'm going to say that cleric is functional, so you can only use cleric right now. Wizard is safe, but you'll need to finish the process when you finish whatever's going on here. Right, so it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt Yin to just stay in the hut, or whatever parts are left of him stay in the hut. Yang can come out and act as normal. All right, I'm just finding something. Okay, this will not do. I think I'm just going to grab a snow map and draw some things, guys. It's not going to look very good.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, let's do that.
Get us in it.
All right, making a map. Give me 2 seconds.
My imagination draws way better than any map I've ever seen.
So what is
as long
this?
as the words go with it.
What's this thing worth biting?
You will see. It's
I used to use owlbear radio.
really fucking big bird. Put it that way.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
see if there's any music for it.
Bird fight. But when you
Yeah,
described it, I
My
imagine I was
bird
tackling
fighting
the head
rodeo driving me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, its head's about the size of you. Yeah.
of the.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There isn't a blank snow map. That sucks.
Are you doing owlbear radio? Because that's got a blank snow map.
No, we're in above VGT.
Yeah, you can just use owlbear radio and put it on your thing, can't you?
I don't know how. I'm not familiar. Hang on, I found something that can work.
Yay.
Yeah. Can't be hard.
Come on, tell me no.
I'll still have to do a little bit of drawing, but that's fine. Now, where did it go? This one?
Did you want to go to a rest while you draw?
No, we'll rest a little bit. So, well, we could. We've got to finish at 11 tonight. So, yeah, let's go to a short break, folks. I'll get the map ready, and we will come back with these guys faced with whatever it is they're faced with.
Okay.
Want to make your mind, better get it in line. 5, 6.
See you in a minute.
See you soon. And we're back, folks, and we're going to get straight into it. As you may recall, a great big bird creature landed at the edge of the cavern. These guys are camping in on the side of a mountain, stuck its head in. Effie teleported Ralph and Bucket back to the tiny hut. Effie dived inside. Ralph charged back at the creature that was now sticking its head in the cavern and smashed it back outside. And that's where I asked everyone to roll initiative. So if you could all do that now, please. I've already rolled in Bucket and the creature. And I will bring you guys across to the correct map. Thanks, Fizz.
Yeah. All good.
So here you are. Now, so you guys are inside the cave. I've drawn walls around it. It is pitch black other than your fire and any dark vision you might have. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, Fizz, but anyone who can see dark vision, you've got outside the cave entrance, which is 15 feet across. You've got the pathway. So anything that you can see that isn't pitch black out there is ground. Anything below that is a sheer drop. So just be aware of that.
This wall here is...
That's a sheer drop off an edge.
Okay.
I should just state that the reason I rolled twice, I have advantage on initiative because of my feral instinct.
Alright, so what did you get? A 6 and an 8, so yep, you're on 8, that's fine. We've got Ralph in there, we need Effie and Taiji.
Oh, I rolled.
I rolled on the last screen, but I'll roll again.
I got 19.
Yeah, I saw that. Why isn't it coming up? Let's try again. So
I'll roll so then you can just change it.
Yeah, let me try rolling again.
Oh, you rolled already as well?
Yeah, I got
I
a
can see what your original
19.
one was, so now that we're on the right map, that should pop it through. It worked for Effie, so just waiting for the roll.
You should roll a 5, because then we've switched places.
You've still not come through, so I'm just going to... it might still be pulling the wrong token through, so I'm just going to add you to combat tracker. And we'll have to fix that up. And we've got a 19. All right, so...
Get on.
Yes? Questions?
This big white circle, is this the dome that they're in?
No, that's the fire and the light that it's putting out. Sorry, I meant to unhide.
Big yellow circle is the fire? What's this big yellow circle then?
That's probably Bucket's old aura that I've actually turned off, so you might need to refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that lights up when there's undead nearby, which I'm not sure if it still has. Did you guys pull the... I think you used the diamond from it to do the revivify thing, right?
I've got the diamond in my backpack at the moment.
Yeah, we have to roll what those things are. Let's just... Episode's going by.
Yeah. No, that's true. We'll, we can do that at the end of tonight. Okay, so the dome for them is going to be like up against the back wall here. Let's draw a circle. Circle. Let's make it blue. And
because Bucket would
a little bit off the wall though. A little bit off the wall.
Yeah,
we've got better survival skill than that. You wouldn't go on the wall in case there's a collapse.
Let's say it's like that, and make you guys inside.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
Something like that. Yeah.
Now I can see everything. Yeah.
Yep. Sweet. Okay. Well, first one in initiative. Now, did Bucket go in the thing, Fizz, or did Bucket stay outside when you ran back?
Yeah. Effie teleported all of us
to the edge.
Yeah, I'll say I took Bucket in with me, unless Ralph wants him out.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yep. All right, so it is Bucket's turn, however.
Good Bucket.
So we're skipping the whole grapple it thing, or?
Oh yeah, sorry, no, we'll do that now, and then we'll come back to that. So yeah, you shove the creature by its head, like you just throw your entire weight, your armor, because you're still on watch, you haven't taken it off yet. Right. You know, you shove it back out the entrance. It's dark outside, so you can't really see out there. But that's not going to affect what you're doing now. Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
So my intent here is just to buy everybody time to get to their feet, and that's it. That's my intent.
Absolutely.
Nice. I fucking critted it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And guess what? It crit failed.
Oh.
So you succeed. You have this creature, which out of character is a rock, grappled by the head, and I'll even say you've got its beak clamped shut, so it can't beak you on this round. All right. So that's that. Yep. Sweet. All right, and then Bucket's turn.
Well, fuck. I'll have Bucket run.
No
Charge
problem.
and stomp it.
Yep. Absolutely.
This is how we know if Fizz is not an Australian pretending to be an American. When he had the mouth shut, he didn't say, "You're right, mate. You're right."
Oh my god. All right. Yeah. Exactly. Go ahead. Roll some attacks for Bucket. How many Bucket gets?
Only a 15. I don't know why
that's
modifier didn't go through.
That's enough. Just.
All right. Good. Because then 7 damage, bludgeoning, and I need a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Oh no!
Prone and grappled.
Oh dear. Yep. Okay, strength save. So goes. Wow, it's really strong, but it's not proficient in strength saves. It might as well be, because it's better at this than it is a dex save that it is proficient in. But what's the DC again? Sorry.
14.
Fail. It got a 12.
Okay, so it's now grappled and prone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she'll stomp it again, but this time with advantage.
No problem. Wow, good start, guys.
So 16 will hit, and here is 6 plus another 4. I don't know if you got the 4 from the last one, so add another 4.
Oh yeah, I didn't. So 4.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, that's that.
All right, Taiji, you're up. Bucket is charged forward as a good Warhorse does to support her rider. What would you like to do?
Okay. Well, I will.
I forgot something, Fizz. I'm not going to go back now. I will leave it as it is, but Bucket can't see in the dark, can you?
No.
So next time those will be disadvantage.
Well, there seems to be an aura coming off of me. I don't know why. I'll look into it.
I'm not saying it.
Oh, I can't. Maybe that's my.
You've got dark vision.
I've got the dark vision going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can see, but she can't.
Fair.
All right. So I am going to.
The second one wouldn't have hit. If you want to.
That's fine.
Okay, so ruler 45. That's 50. That's plenty. And alright, so I'm going to move over here. And then I'm going to Sacred Flame the bird.
You have dark vision?
No, I don't have dark vision.
Then you can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it at all. Okay.
It's on the outer edges of the darkness. So you'll have to do something. I mean, provided you need to be able to see a target for Sacred Flame, I believe you do.
Target that you can see within range. Okay, yep. All right then. Well, I won't do that then. I will instead throw. Oh yeah, I know what I'm going to do. My drift globe.
Yep.
I'm going to throw it over near the edge of the cave here. So about here. And at will, I'm going to make it do the light spell, not the daylight spell, just the light.
All right, so that's 30-30 or 20-20.
Light is
2020 is light spell.
no larger than 20-foot radius, and then
It's 20-20. All right, so there it is. You got the little big bang icon, the little explodey thing. That's a 20-20 light source. So now the creature is in bright light, so you can see it just fine. Is that so? Like, is it an action to do that bonus action? What's the?
that'll be it. It'll be an
Using
action.
is almost always an
You
action.
can cast another command. I can speak the command word as an action, but I haven't.
Yeah.
So that's the
So to
action.
activate it,
Yeah,
it's an
so-
action. So
yeah. Yep.
So you got a bonus
that's-
action left.
All right. So as a
Does
bonus
count as
action,
casting a spell.
so
I'm
I
pretty
can't.
sure. Hang on.
Thick glass pound emanates.
Oh wait, but does it actually say you cast the spell with it, or does it say it emanates light as if it was the light spell? Like, what is it?
No, you speak
it
another
actually?
command word as an action to make it illuminate. Globe rises into the air and floats for more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you use another creature grabs it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't actually say you cast a spell.
Okay, so you can still cast a spell then. It's you've activated it with your action, but you could bonus action cast a spell. That's fine.
So I'll bonus action spiritual weapon.
Cool. Get you one of those. Pop it. I'll pop it just out here just in case someone else wants to get in its face. There we go. Spiritual weapon is there. Feel free to make an attack with it.
Cool. That would be a 24 to hit.
You'll get advantage. Well, actually, I don't. Never mind. I don't know.
Because it's
Why
on
were
the
you thinking,
ground.
Fizz?
Well, I was
because
thinking
it's-
because it's a
It's
melee
prone.
weapon attack, and it's prone.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be ruled with spiritual weapon, but I think you're right. I agree. It should that makes sense. So have it with advantage. But You've hit, but go ahead
And
and see if
while
you
he's
get a crit.
doing the roll, can we discuss what type of weapon it is to see if it should get advantage?
It's a maul.
Sure. What kind of? It's a
It'll be
maul.
a
Yeah.
Oh
maul.
hell yeah!
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a hit. Right, definitely. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll some damage. 7. Force damage applied. Anything else?
That is the lot.
Okay, well, it is now the rock's turn. Now, being grappled by you and having been knocked prone, it can't move right now, so it has to try and get up first. Is there disadvantage on its escape check because it's prone?
No. So for me, like sometimes I'll say if you've grappled it and you go to like grapple it again, then you've pinned it or restrained it. But there's no rule for it. It just has those two conditions. Yeah,
cool. All right, so in that case, escape. You contested athletics again, I believe.
Yeah.
It's going to try and get out. Roll high.
All right. It's okay.
It's okay, but it's
21.
Not enough. It shakes its head around like this thing is strong. It wrestles free of your grip, restoring its movement speed, with which it's...
I'm going to play it off and be like, it's slippery!
with which it's going to immediately sort of like whip around and launch itself into the air. So you and Bucket can both take attacks of opportunity as it leaves your reach.
I'll let Bucket do it. With a miss. And now with me, I don't imagine I had my pike in my hand.
Probably not.
Grappling.
Do you have another, like a sidearm? Smaller weapon you could just grab? I'll let you pull that out.
Kick it in its bird balls.
I am looking.
Surely you got a knife on your fucking belt.
Not a dagger, not a...
Oh wait, I do have a dagger.
There you go. Stab it with a dagger if you like.
Fuck this. I'm gonna rip the helmet off of Bucket and smash it in the face with the Helm of Brilliance.
Okay, cool. We'll call it an improvised club. Go ahead.
Improvised magical glove.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, good call. Improvised magical club.
Just gonna roll the dagger here.
Yeah, this one.
It'll all work out the same. 14 to hit.
Miss, I'm afraid.
All right.
Yeah. Right, and so it then flies out like 60 feet. So that's 30 to there. Oops. There. 30 to there. And like as it reaches that arc, it turns around as if it's about to come swooping back at you. And it's now your turn, Ralph.
Sorry, Bucket. I'm just gonna put the helmet back on. Mount her and wait to like grab my pike wherever it is on the floor. I imagine like somewhere probably by the campfire, you know?
Sure.
Yep.
So are you going back for it, or you just...
I got to
wait
for her turn.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So holding your action to pick that up when you get back there, or... Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'll say that if you get back there and if you're holding your action, you can pick it up and hold it, then like your action can be held to attack with it then.
Okay, yeah, if we were to come back in that deep, sure.
Yeah. No problem. In that case, Kadam, you're up, buddy.
Can't even see the monster.
You have 60 feet of dark vision, so if you were to come closer, like you can see out through the cavern, which is new to you. You realize you can see into the darkness. You can't quite see the creature, but you figure if you move closer, you might be able to.
I just assume that Cord is giving me the power somehow.
Sure.
And
well, you did pray to him recently.
Movement.
Mm-hmm.
and I guess all I can do from here is run. And
Do you have instinctive counts as a barbarian?
I do actually. I think
That allows you to rage and move half your movement speed again for free.
Yeah, but unless that gets 60. It doesn't need to get 60. Okay, I'll rage and get here, and then I'll use my action dash to get to here. Why is there just black?
Okay.
Get on.
Yep.
Did not just happen.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
Somebody wasn't listening in
No,
the
no, no.
tree.
Put yourself back. Put yourself back.
Oh man.
Okay,
the
so
plane's
just
gone down and hit-
before you get to the edge, you realise, fuck, that's the edge, and pull up just in time.
I think I was channeling Yahsob again.
Well, you certainly seem to want to join him. That's the edge of the cliff right there. So, yeah, you'll stop just there. And I believe that was your action to dash.
Yep. So
And-
and my bonus action to rage. So I'm
Yep.
just standing there in a rage.
Cool, no problem. No problem at all.
On the edge of the darkness, waiting for this thing to come attack you.
I think he can see it from there.
See it.
Yeah. All right, Effie, your turn.
That's why I actually thought it was. Never mind. In Effie.
All right. So I went and woke everyone up, told them to get out there,
Mm-hmm.
The oak.
and they all ran past me, and no one carried me. I guess I will walk myself.
Oh, you know.
Measure while dragging, perfect. So I'm going to drag myself out of bed. 30 feet.
What you think?
And then I'm going to use my action to move just a little bit further. I just want to make sure my spell has a range. Yep, awesome. And I'm like, listen, I'm not really great at fighting, but I know what the important things are, and I'm gonna reach out my hand towards the light. Where's the light? Sorry, Jace? Or
The
Taiji?
lights.
Is there?
It's that light source is just hovering above the ground.
Perfect. And it goes dim for a little bit as a little bit of light is sucked from it, and it goes round and imbues Bucket with the Sanctuary spell.
Nice.
Thank
And I
you.
was like, listen, noble steed, if only one of us survives, it will be you.
I love it.
And
That's
I
so
will
good.
end my turn there.
All right, back to the top of the round. It's Bucket's turn.
Yep. So running away.
Mhm.
It's 40 to here.
You pick
Grab
up.
the thing, then
Yep.
back.
Cool. And you can then hold your
Dash.
dash. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll run her to the edge like this. Actually, knowing that Yahsob's out here,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll probably run out to here.
Sure. By the way, I assume when you're riding that, like, you can occupy any of the squares that Bucket takes up at will. So your reach will be from Bucket, not from you. Is that cool?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. In that case, so you're holding there to attack if it comes close enough.
Yeah. Right now, I'm assuming that it was going after Yahsob.
It was coming back at whoever it could. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just hoping to pop it on its way in.
Yeah. Cool. It's definitely like it's in the time it's taken you to do that. Like it's completed its turn. It's definitely heading back. So smart move, Taiji.
All right. I can get to here. Can I see it from here, from the entrance?
Have you got dark vision?
No. I don't know how far it's gone.
It's 60 feet from the edge of the thing, so 65. Yeah, so it's 65 feet from you. The light goes out to another 20, 30 feet out. Yeah, the light only goes halfway to it, so it's in pitch darkness at the moment. So no, you can't see it without dark vision.
Okay. So I'm going to hold an action to Sacred Flame it when it comes in.
Sure, no problem. Any bonus?
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll move my mace up 20 or 15 feet up to here, so it's close.
Sure thing. Yep. Not a problem. All right. The rock's turn. And as I said, it was coming back, so it's going to swoop in. It goes 40 feet to here. Well, first of all, it goes 30 feet to here and enters Ralph's range.
Okay.
Would you like to take your attacks now? Now, this is not an attack of opportunity, so that if you have that fucking speed reduction bullshit, it's not going to happen until it moves in closer and you take your reaction attack. This is your normal attacks from your held action.
Which would be my reaction.
But it's not an attack. Oh, so you're not going to be able to do the attack of opportunity thing as it moves closer.
Unless I do that instead.
Yeah. Okay, so take your pick.
So I either get 2 attacks
Or one that can stop it in its tracks.
Yeah, of course I'm going to go with that one.
Yeah, go for your life.
So, 1 attack with the pike.
Before.
21
Okay.
Hit.
Yeah, you've hit before. Let me just, I'm going to roll a dice. I just need to determine how far down it is from here, because it's probably going to fall. Okay, yep, sweet. That's not a problem. All right, go ahead. That's a hit. Roll damage. And I believe a hit automatically reduces its speed to 0 feet, yes?
12, correct.
Yep, okay, so minus 12 damage. It's still out over the edge as it moves in, so you, like, get it with this attack. Its speed drops to 0 feet, and it immediately falls 500 feet to the ground.
Before it does that, Dex 16.
I love it.
I'm going to set it on fire, and it's going to be a firing ball as it hits.
Well, no, you're not, because it gets 22, so fuck you. But it is going to fall 500 feet. So I'm going to roll 20d6. In fact, Fizz, you did this. Do you want to roll 20d6?
I do.
In fact, you know what? Fuck that. Maximum fall damage is 20d6. Roll me 50d6. You fell 500 feet. You can take 500 feet worth of damage.
What's going on?
You
Don't
knocked it.
Yes.
No, just roll me fucking either 20 or how many you've already clicked up if that's more.
Well, I clicked up 50.
Sweet, roll them. Roll them. 167.
Yeah.
Oh, 167.
Middling.
All right, so you can't see what happened, but you hear it plummet, and you hear like a loud as it hits the ground below. You can't see it, you don't know what the fuck's going on, but that's the end of its turn. Ralph, it's your turn.
I'm gonna smack Boucher on the back of the head. Just to keep his rage going.
Oh yeah, nice. Right, so
that'll be my turn.
Yeah. Cool as. So I'm gonna need you to make an unarmed strike or something. Make sure you can hit him at least. No, I'm kidding. You can just whack him in the back of the head. Kadam, take 1 hit point of damage, and your rage will persist this turn.
Thank you.
All right.
Sir.
You're welcome.
Anything else, Ralph, or is that it?
No, that's it.
You can do that for free and hold your action again if you like.
Sure.
All right. Kadam.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something a little bit out of the ordinary. I hope I can roll with it. So I'm gonna put my, I'm gonna hold my mighty hammer in my left hand and use my free item action to pull out a little hammer.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that as a... how should I put it? A spell casting... I'm having trouble remembering the word.
Focus?
A focus, except that I'm going to throw the focus at him with the spell.
Okay, cool. What's the spell?
And it's only Sacred Flame. But I will say, feel the power of Cord!
Okay, cool. No,
Throw this hammer and cast the Sacred Flame.
no problem.
Hopefully at the same point in the hammer.
Alright, so roll me a D100.
Come on.
This is great.
Good number. It's a 007.
Okay, almost as soon as the hammer leaves your hands, you hear a resounding thunderclap in your head. No one else hears this. And you just hear the booming voice of Cord. My son! Where are you? Don't worry, I'm coming. The hammer lights up with the sacred flame, as you recall from the last time you actually managed to successfully cast this spell, and then falls over the edge of the cliff and proceeds to drop the 500 feet and bounces off of the creature's head. Not that you can see or hear that. You have no idea what effect it had on the creature.
Hoping I've still got the guy's attention, hoping that something can still hear me, I'll yell out, Cord seeks the Worldrender, you will find me!
Okay, no worries.
And that did sound rusty on purpose.
He is losing his shit.
Okay, I have a question, Jeff.
Good point, I don't know the Worldrender, do I?
No, you do not.
I don't know where I am.
You have no fucking idea.
Good point, I don't know the campaign name.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know where to say you'll find me.
A Chrono
Can I
GG
just
wizard
scratch
just
that
comes
whole
over and rewinds the stream back to the point after the hammer goes down, and the camera pans over to Jeff, and he says,
Seek the thunder. How about that?
That'll do.
Yeah, cool. We just change that one
If
word.
you want me, seek the thunder! And I'll, yes.
Is that the stripper's name back at your hometown?
Yeah, it's gonna be
I'm
now.
serious. I think that was no. I think it happened in episode 1.
And
Uh-huh.
question, I've still got a bonus action. How close is this guy? Is he inside?
500 feet below you.
Ah, right.
That's why the hammer just went off the edge.
"Did
So
anyone else
Earn my
see him just throw his hammer off the edge?"
Only a little one. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else?
Well, I can't use my bonus action to zap him, can I? It's just
Nope.
out of range. So all I can do is maybe just step back. Oh,
Yeah. Give it the people's elbow. You got this.
I'm so tempted. I do have a good dex.
You're not going to survive jumping 500 feet down.
Yeah, true.
I'll put my money on it.
I reckon he'll survive.
I can't hold an action. Okay. I guess all I can do is wait.
Oh, what was the point of me keeping your brains going?
Well,
I'm just going to remind you that falling damage is bludgeoning damage, and you halve all bludgeoning damage while you're
you
raging.
know something? Look, you're all trying to push me into this. And
I'm just
normally
saying,
not one for peer pressure, but in
doing
this
the people's
situation,
elbow
I
onto
actually
the
feel
rock
like my
from
peers-
500 feet.
Yeah, I feel like my peers are right in this situation, and I'm willing to stake my literal character upon it. So,
Oh my god.
using my movement, I'm going to try and step on its back, and I've still got a remaining attack.
Okay.
I do get 2 attacks per turn, so I can do the people's elbow if required.
Okay, so you're leaping off the edge of the cliff. You immediately fall 500 feet into the creature.
My plan is to slowly turn into Darth Vader. This is step one, as you know.
Okay, so first things first. Who wants to roll the damage?
Well, I wanted to roll a medicine check, but I don't think it's necessary now.
Right. and do you think I'm making him roll 20 or 50 d6?
I would hope it was 20.
And if I wouldn't know,
76 on 50,
Yeah.
I think it's doable.
Look, just looking at his health, I'm going to say 20 to give him a fighting chance of surviving.
How about this? How about instead of the people's elbow, I break my fall with my hammer?
Okay, so you're making an attack as you do it. You're still going to be taking a fuckload of damage.
Oh yeah, I'm breaking my fall basically through my arms and my hammer. So.
All right, make an attack roll with advantage.
Yeah.
First, we'll see if you actually manage to land on target, shall we?
can I?
Good idea.
Guys?
All this sort of happens in 6 seconds.
Uh-huh.
Do I have a chance on my start of my turn to run over and put a quick spell on him?
On
As
your
he
turn, you can
jumps?
certainly try, but
As he
no, not as he
jumps.
jumps, because that's the definition of out of turn.
God damn it.
Speaking
Sorry.
of which, Cord's Grace has rolled 23 to
Yep.
hit.
Cool. You hit, roll your attack damage.
Sorry, I spoke over you then.
So, roll your attack damage.
Only 7, but we've still got
Okay.
the other damage to roll.
Yep.
We have 4 to add to that, plus my rage damage.
Okay, so 11 plus 3, 14 in total. All right, still alive after that. I'm going to split the difference between 20 and 50, and I'm going to roll 35 d6 for the fall
My
damage.
momentum add something?
Hey,
Wouldn't my momentum add damage?
I'm not done yet.
Oh, sorry.
So
Nah.
I'm going to
Roll 50.
roll 50.
Roll, that's what you did with the rock. It's the same distance.
It's fair, I guess so.
And technically, he said he jumped. He leaped off the edge, so he wouldn't have jumped
Yeah.
down. It would have been more than 500 feet. Same
Only
as the rock.
only 505. So like yeah.
No,
all right.
I just wanted, for my lawyering in my round, I just wanted to clarify that it was higher than 500 feet.
Okay.
I've laid my groundwork.
This might take him. Oh, that's loud. That's a lot of dice. Oh my god, that's a lot of sixes.
I imagine as you're falling, there's lightning streaking out of you.
There absolutely is. Oh my god. I'm just waiting for the dice to clear, but that looks like a big number.
I do want to mention he had just spoken with his god.
Yes, I know. I'm aware. Okay, Kadam.
Yep.
Your hammer deals that 14 or whatever damage. You falling onto the creature deals a further 178 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall 500 feet on top of it. You are going to take half of that because you are raging and you have bludgeoning damage. So you're going to take 50, 85, 89 points of bludgeoning damage, which will, I believe, reduce you to 0 hit points.
That's very true.
Uh-huh. So
Did you
you
have
are
ever short rest?
Would that be the end of your turn, Jeff?
yes.
'Cause I would very much like to enter lawyer mode, please.
Okay, go ahead and enter lawyer mode.
Okay.
And I think he just just
Okay.
before that, I'll answer Fizz's question. I think he did short rest, and that's how much he managed to get back in that time, because he was on 1. So yeah, go ahead, Mod. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I would like to break down the 4th Wallamir and approach the
Okay.
band.
Go ahead, approach.
So it was clearly stated that he leapt off the cliff, which means he jumped and then went and then fell a further 500 feet. So the amount was more than 500 feet of falling. I bring up the
Yes.
rules for D&D 5e. It takes 500. It takes 6
More
seconds
than one
the
round.
entire round to fall 500 feet. So just before he hits the ground would technically be where his round stops. And just after him, I will have my wonderful soul-crushing bitch Effie cast me 15 feet below 500 feet so I could fall. And then as soon as I'm within range, I will cast a rejuvenating fire around him to make it a thunder and fire lightning ball that goes down, and go, Yahsob, do heaps of shit, and cast a 5th level healing word on him just before he hits the ground.
Okay, you know what? I'll allow it. I like it. Good argument. Well thought out.
Let me just roll that.
Yep.
Oh man.
Wow. That's epic as fuck. I love it.
I was considering casting Fireball.
Of course, I do have to point out that as soon as the fire elemental hits the ground, after doing that, or whatever it is, like, they have just also fallen basically 500 feet, so they're probably going to go flat as well.
Oh yes, it was very good. Wallamir splats right next to the rock.
15. Right, I need to just let me do some math.
But like you said, all that splatting would happen next round. That was a good call.
That was a really good call, especially using you really did think 4th dimensionally. You realized, yep.
How many hit points were you on before you did that?
Before I did that, I was 45 hit points.
75?
Oh, 75, yes, sorry.
75? You are on 1 hit point when you hit the ground, which will be next round, as Fizz pointed out. So yes, you're currently hanging in midair, right above this thing, right? The problem with that is that its turn's going to happen before you actually land. You still manage to hit it with your hammer, I'm going to say, because you're just above it, so you still manage to, but the rest of the follow through is going to happen in the next moment, and it may have a chance to get out of there before that. So it was 14 with the hammer, take that off. Yeah, alright. So Effie, is there anything else on your turn? Well, obviously would have been like your action, a waste to do that.
Bonus action and movement. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, cool as, no problem. Back up to Bucket.
Oh, thank you again, Effie.
I just walk back, thinking all is lost down there. You just see Ralph shaking his head like it was just a test to see if he was mentally okay. I didn't really want him to jump.
All I can think of is how weird it would have looked. That all happens, and then Effie just comes up and summons Wallamir over the edge, and you just watch him drop out of sight. It's like,
yep. Oh,
See,
man.
I'm just gonna reveal what I was thinking, because I'm sure you're all wondering that. I'm just thinking straight up, I'm just gonna go, if I've got the movement and 1 action, I could just go Anakin Skywalker on this bitch.
The problem being is that you didn't Anakin Skywalker the bitch because you had the high ground.
Ah, well, Anakin Skywalker famously at the start of number 2 just like jumps and like...
True, yeah, nah, gotcha. Alright, well...
actually, quick pause there. There is a clip of that being redone. It's like a PlayStation video game, and I will send it to the log. It's fucking amazing. It's like, I have the high ground. And he lips over, and as Obi-Wan goes to slash him, he does another flip and then cuts Obi-Wan in half.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Alright, Taiji, you're up. Your Roxodon friend has just bailed over the edge of the cliff. You have no idea of his fate. What would you like to do?
I'm going to come forward to the edge of the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to sort of look over him and go, hello? Are you alive down there?
Yeah, cool. You're not going to get a response straight away.
No.
But you can see like this flaming, thundering ball nearly at 500 feet away down there that is giving off some light. That appears to be, Kadam screaming towards this rock that's on the ground and still moving. So that's what you see. There's not much you can do about it from up here as far as I'm aware, but...
No, I'm going to hold an action as well to Sacred Flame the bird if it comes up this way.
Okay, no problem. Speaking of the bird, it's its turn. It's right underneath this ball of fire that's coming at it. And fire and thunder and lightning. So I'm not going to allow it to just get out of the way, because that'd be a bit shit. I'm going to have it roll a dexterity save. The DC is going to be 20. And it's got a dex save modifier of +4. So it's going to attempt to get out of the way. If it fails, it just won't be able to move, but it may take a couple of attacks at Kadam as he falls. 17 plus 4 is a 21, so it can get out of the way, which it's going to do. It's going to get up using half of its movement speed, and then immediately scooch out from underneath and attempt to take flight, and as it does, it's going to attempt to grapple Kadam.
Just to be positive, I've kind of been lost on this. What health should I be on? Because you said I was on 1.
No, at the moment, you haven't hit the ground, so you're still on 75.
75.
Oh, sorry, plus the 15 from Effie's spell, so you should be on 90. Because you haven't actually hit the thing yet. So now it's attempted to grapple you. Roll me athletics with advantage because you're raging.
Okay, athletics with advantage.
Yep. This is to resist the grapple.
24?
Close, but no cigar.
Oh dear.
It swoops around, grabs you in its talons before you're able to land on it, and takes to the sky again. It has 60 feet of movement left, and it's going to fly 60 feet straight up with you in its claws.
Can
And
I
that'll
use
be
the reaction to attack it?
I
No, I
you
guess it's
cannot.
not leaving my range or anything. Yeah.
No, it's taking you with it. But it's also not able to attack you like it's its action to do that, grapple you, fly on up. And I mean, technically it has a multi-attack, but I'm not gonna have it attack you on this turn. That's its turn. It's now Ralph's turn.
Back.
By the way, I will tell you that this thing looks incredibly weak. Like it's kind of limping through the sky.
I'm absolutely blown away that prone doesn't give disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Does it?
No, I thought it did because like you're laying down, so obviously dodging is bloody harder.
I may have just gotten that wrong, and that may be a good point.
You can roll.
No, I just looked up the rules and it's not coming up as a rule. I'm like, I swear to God, that's crazy.
Maybe for someone who's actually quite agile, it's not because when
It's a pretty
normal
big
people,
disadvantage.
right, you may play a bit of soccer to be a bit fitter than most of us, but we're all normal people, not adventurers. If you're an adventurer, you've got this stuff coming for you. Your body's wired. You're going to be moving at it. You're a cut above the rest. And I don't know. I can actually see that if you're an adventurer type and you're falling prone, and you see this in a lot of movies, like the axe comes down at them and they roll, or they
Yeah.
flip.
It's not about a crawl speed, it's about moving out of the way of an attack.
Yeah.
And what you're looking for, dexterity saving throws at disadvantage, is the restrained condition, where they can't move. So imagine
Yeah,
that same person
like
prone
that's what I
and
was.
tied
I
up.
think I was thinking that, but like I was just reading a post about it, and they're suggesting disadvantage on dex saves, and they also said that you should not be able to reload a crossbow in the prone position. You should have to sit up.
I kind of agree with that
Fucking
too.
good point. I like that.
I
I
mean,
like that.
Might I
Whoever wrote
remind
this post is
players
obviously
that
smart. We should do what they say.
Us character lives are in jeopardy, and you're discussing. I'm sorry. Hey, shut up, Gadam.
I love it. Good point, though.
Yeah, I
Very,
can
very,
drink
very
more
good
ball.
point. Yeah, Ralph, it's your turn.
Fuck, I gotta get back into the game. Yeah, so I think Ralph's gonna dismount and just. You guys know I was joking, right? That's it for him.
Yeah, sure. So, Kadam, you're currently being carried upwards by a really, really, really big fucking bird. It's got you in its talons. What do you want to do? It's your turn. You are grappled, so you have no movement speed, but you can attack and action and bonus action and stuff as normal.
Right.
If you don't attack this turn, you're looking at losing your rage because you haven't taken any damage in a while.
Understood. And so, can I use an attack to take a grapple action of my own?
Yes, you certainly can.
Here's my plan. It's got me in its claws, right? I'm looking to grab onto its fucking claws and just clutch onto the cunt as close to its neck as possible. Grabbing onto either its feathers or whatever skin I can grab until I can get my arms and hands around something solid.
Okay. No problem.
Laughing.
That's what she said.
You rules.
Go ahead and roll a grapple check.
Okay, grapple check. I've not done
Just
any grapple.
athletics with advantage. It's just athletics. It counts as an attack, so you still have a second attack if this fails, which you can use as a second attempt.
Well, my first attempt rolled a 7.
Nice. Wow, a 25. Okay, so now you're setting the DC, so I only have to meet it, which I did. So you can try again, or you can attack it.
I'm gonna try again, if I may.
Try for your life. Yep, absolutely. You attempt again, you just can't quite get hold of it. It shakes its head around a little bit, and you can't get a good grip. Trying again.
Only a 23.
23, rolling for it. This time, you succeed. You get a good grip around it, and I'm gonna say as you're doing this, like you get a grip around its neck, you pull yourself kind of around, and like it doesn't let go straight away, and so it kind of gets twisted around. You manage to get purchase on one of its wings, which you manage to then lock in place against you, and both you and it plummet 60 feet immediately to the ground and take 66 falling damage.
While we're going down, I'm gonna shock.
No, immediately.
Oh, immediately.
As soon as its speed is reduced to 0, which is when you grapple it, you fall, and then after that you can have your bonus action.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So rolling damage, that's going to be 21 bludgeoning damage to it, and half of that to you because you're raging, so 10. And with that, as it hits the ground, it stops moving, it stops breathing, it's limp and lifeless. The last breath crushed out of it as it lands. The rock is dead.
Wait, so it's over here, I'm guessing? Or like...
No.
Down there.
Stop moving shit around. Yes.
I
You're
just
on
thought from that amount of damage that we were higher up.
You fell 500 feet to the ground before, right? And then it flew 60 feet up when it grabbed you, because that's all the movement speed it had left after stopping from being prone. So you fell 60 feet again, which is 66.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. So you're fine. You are going to be prone, unless you can make a dex save to land on your feet.
Well, let's do a dex save.
It's going to be equal to the damage you took, not the halving, but the full damage. No, you fall prone.
I fall prone, yes.
Yeah. So you're prone. You have a bonus action left and movement because you're not grappled anymore.
Okay, I'll use half of my movement to stand up.
Uh-huh.
The other half to just hold my hammer in the air, and I'll use my bonus action to actually do a lightning strike on my own hammer.
Nice. Love it. Love it.
God's power befalls you!
Roll a D100.
D100 coming up.
Yeah, that happens, but nothing else.
Okay.
And that'll be your turn, Effie.
Hang on, does that mean... I know you told me not to move stuff around, but does that mean I'm down here?
Yeah, I'll move you down.
Effie is... she'd already begun the eulogy at the top. and then the lightning comes past.
Yeah, you probably would have heard him bellow about Cord as well. It's pretty loud.
Right, 500 feet down the rocky, icy thing. It probably just sounds like, like a Gandalf in the distance screaming some shit.
Sure.
And she takes out a health potion, and she's about to drop it down, and then she thinks about it, and she's like, "No, that might kill him."
Totally not PG-3.
I've got like 50 feet of rope.
Yeah.
I hold one end. You've got this.
Yeah, you've got this, and I tap Taiji. And then I help grab the other end of the rope.
Rope catches fire. Not joking.
Quick question, and I'm gonna actually say this in character. Is that the direction we had to go anyway? Or did he jump off the wrong side of the mountain?
Yahsob is the only one that knows the way.
So it must be the right way.
Yeah, well, I haven't told you yet that Yahsob is dead, or that,
I will say, if you'd like to try and determine if the path you're supposed to follow leads down that way, you can make a survival check with disadvantage because it's still fucking dark.
Can I make it normal? Because I would have looked before it was dark.
Sure, I'll give you that. Why not?
Can I make it with disadvantage because I'm literally just like licking my finger and putting it in the air?
Yep. You can do it at disadvantage with a -5.
That'll be a 10 then.
Yep, sweet. Yep. All right. So Effie, you're 100% sure it's the right way to go.
All right. So all we need is someone that can cast Featherfall, and we all just jump down to him.
Yep. Ralph, you're also pretty sure it's the right way to go.
Yeah.
The path kind of winds down and around and should end up down there eventually.
Well, maybe we should do that in the morning.
I'm okay with that. I'm just quickly scanning through my spells.
I could get us down there in the morning with a spell, or we
Sounds like a plan.
or we can bring them back up here with the spell. I can just make the gate again.
Well, can you do that now?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, on that, Taiji, I will say that, like, because
I can't
Effie sent
see it yet.
Wallamir down, because Effie sent Wallamir down and they did that thing and kind of set Kadum on fire at the same time that he, got grabbed by the thing, I'm going to say there's just enough lingering flames on the rock's body, on its feathers and stuff, that you can just make out a point of ground down there. Just. So you could cast Gate down there if you wanted to.
No, I can't because I don't have a 6th level spell slot.
Oh,
I need to rest.
Never mind. Never mind.
I just had a thought about the rope. I have 50 feet. Effie's got 50 feet. Taiji, there's 2 of you. Do you each have 50 feet?
Yep.
Regardless, that's 200 feet.
It's a shame, yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, so we still need another 300 feet. But he's always yelling about Cord. So I'd like to go check his bedroll.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Cool.
Go ahead. Kadam, do you have any rope?
I have, and I will have a look at this. I have
Also roll a D100.
Yeti pelt. Oh, right. I have rope.
Okay, definitely roll a D100.
Rolling a D100. 44.
No, that's a 14.
Oh, that's a 14.
Yep.
I'm going.
Yep. So Fizz,
Mm-hmm.
you get to Kadam's bedroll, and sitting there on top of it, like as if it was waiting for this situation, is exactly 300 feet of rope.
That's what the fuck he was yelling about with the cord, and I grabbed the cord.
I love this. I love a good pun, as you all know. And this is master pun. This is top level punning.
I love it. So you guys
Yep.
now effectively have 500 feet of rope that you can try and secure and dangle down to the dump.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll tie it all together, and I'll hook it up to bucket.
Uh-huh.
Nice
Wait for
move.
it.
Nice
Plug.
move.
Cool. All right, good. After a few minutes of you sort of like, you know, I guess sitting around down there, musing to yourself and maybe talking to Cord or whatever.
Is actually, I'm sorry, I actually.
No, you're right. Go.
Yeah, I did all that. What I've been doing this whole time, I've literally just sat on top of the bird, and just started carving
Tenderloin.
a piece of wood.
Okay, no problem. Pardon me. Sorry about that. So cool. As you're doing this, you just hear like a against the side of the wall, like the cliff near you. As you look over, you see a rope hanging from above, and this rope seems to glimmer somewhat with a crackling blue-white energy, but only briefly and like only a little bit, just for a moment. But it gives you a familiar sense of the presence of your god. What would you like to do?
I would like to bow to the carving I'm making and put it away, and I shall start the great, I'm sure, very athletic task of climbing that motherfucking rope.
Right, go ahead and roll me athletics, not with advantage now because you wouldn't be raging anymore, and let's get the same from Bucket with advantage for leverage.
Yes,
Yeah.
and also, as all the rolls are happening, Wallamir will once again approach the DM and say, will our good friend Yahsob be finding walking up that wall really easy?
We'll see. I want to see some checks.
I just rolled a dirty 20, so Yahsob
good.
might find it easy to abseil up on his own.
Well,
So when Bucket feels the tug,
Mhm.
she's just going to start walking back into the room.
excellent.
That'll get him about 60 feet.
Yeah. So between that, the decent strength roll from Bucket, the dirty 20 athletics check, and the hear me out moment. Yes, in fact, this ascent is quite effortless. It is still going to take about a minute or so, maybe two. You know, like time traversed and movement speeds and climbing, but it is quicker than ordinary. So let's just say that the speed he'd be moving would be not halved for climbing.
I have a way to get him up here quicker.
Mhm.
You'd have
I'm
to
listening.
imagine this with me. Top down Bucket, and she is like a pulley, and she just starts spinning and winding the rope on herself. Can you fucking see it? Yeah.
I can. I like a
it's
school,
basically
just like,
windlessing.
yeah, I can totally see that. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, sure. Alright, so that's going to happen, and the rope is also going to be seemingly retracting on its own, and further pulling Kadama. Eventually, like within a couple of minutes, he's pulled up to the top. Can anyone who has handled the rope make me an Arcana check, please?
That'd be all of us.
Yep.
Potentially.
Only 7. I'm blinded by faith, apparently.
Uh-huh.
I'm a cleric with no arcana ability whatsoever. So I've got a plus nothing.
I think Bucket's handled it the most, so
Yeah, Bucket can definitely try. Alright,
You rolled a 20 for Bucket.
Me too. Because Bucket
Yeah.
will know, but will have no way to communicate it.
Story of Cassandra.
That's like Bucket does know. I think we all
Yeah.
just like,
Look,
yeah.
Look, but I'm not going to lie, but Bucket auto passed that test. Just didn't have to
Yeah,
roll.
100%.
Yeah. But Yang, now you just got enough to realize that this is in fact a rope of climbing. And when you get back to the top, it resets itself to a more manageable 60-foot size. But it is in fact a rope of climbing that can extend to 300 feet. So it's a little bit of a custom one there. So you guys have that now.
Awesome. Was there any times like I'm just trying to picture it. Was there any times that I keep going to say Yahsob, but what's your actual name again?
Kadam.
It is Kadam,
Kadam
yeah.
O'Shea.
Was there many times Kadam's getting pulled up the wall with his new Dampier race? He's getting pulled up and then he's like, oh, my arms are getting tired, and he like stretches a bit, then realizes he hasn't pulled. Like,
I mean, you know what? That's a good call, and I think Kadam, you would notice that this climb is absolutely fucking effortless for you. Like yes, the rope is assisting, and yes, Bucket's assisting, and the others are helping as well. But for some reason, this is just an absolute breeze. You feel like you're walking on flat ground.
The power of cord compels me.
yes, we all love the chord. It's great.
Oh, excellent. So Kadam makes it back up to the top. You guys are free to settle back in for the rest of your rest or whatever you would like to do.
Well, I'll be going back to
the power of cord.
Yeah, I think we have to.
I'm going back in to rejoin myself. Well, my brother to myself.
Yeah, and can I just quickly point out to Fizz, if that first athletics check was actually an animal handling check, we might have been able to just throw Bucket over the side and just keep the rock.
The thought occurred to me.
Yeah.
And for my thing, I'm just going to get up and continue carving what I was carving while I was downstairs while these guys do their thing.
Sure. Well, I guess that means you can take next watch.
Yeah.
Next watch.
Yeah.
While I'm carving.
Sure. All right. Well.
Of course, I'm not going to get lost while I'm carving, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I keep my perception going.
Yeah.
Just so
Look,
we're all reminded my passive perception 17.
Yeah. So look, I'm not gonna do more rolls. You got an encounter in the first thing. The rest of your rest passes without incident. Taiji, you complete the work you need to do to unify your two halves.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else can mark off a long rest. But there are a couple of things. So, done.
Yeah?
While you're having dinner, obviously you're going to eat food before you actually settle in, right? You know, whether this happened before or now. You're eating whatever rations you've chosen to eat. And no problem, but you finish the amount you would normally have. And you're still hungry. Would you like to eat more before you go to bed?
Know what I feel like eating? Do I feel like eating something sweet, for example?
Not really, you're just still hungry. The food hasn't filled you up like it normally would.
Can I scratch another ration?
Yeah, absolutely. You can eat that. You eat that ration as well.
Why didn't you bring up rock meat and feathers? I mean, I probably wouldn't bring that up. You know, just pat him on the back like attaboy, but
Yeah. I'm good. So yeah, you eat the second ration and you feel no different. You're still hungry. Like you've eaten, you're not so hungry that you couldn't sleep. But it's just weird. You're still hungry.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that pass. I guess I've worked up an appetite with all I've done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. While you're asleep, you dream of nothing but delicious steaks. Rump steaks, T-bone steaks, all of them are basically blue. You're chowing down on nearly raw steak all night in your dreams. With that, I think, Ralph, while you're asleep, you have another dream. A familiar form stands before you in what is a completely white and otherwise barren space. It's a small halfling creature, dressed in what appear to be sailor's clothes, and he's screaming inaudibly. You can't hear him, but you can just see that he's screaming. He's in agony, and he's reaching for something. And then you look to where he's reaching, and you see a spear that is very much like your own, except it's far more embellished, and it's got several gems embedded along the shaft. He's reaching towards it, and you can see it sort of swings around in a circle and then points directly upwards, as if to indicate perhaps a northerly, like a compass point kind of thing, and then you drift back into whatever other sleep you're having. You wake up in the morning.
All right, guys. I had a crazy dream last night. A halfling pirate was pointing north.
What
What do you think
pirate?
that means?
What's a halfling?
Oh my god, everybody's lost their mind.
I know of halflings. Why was this halfling pointing north? Did he say anything?
Nope. He
Did
showed
he
the
hold a thing or wear a thing that you can remember?
yeah, I think there was a bandana and a trichome, the spear, the 3 gems, and pointed north.
Well, our mission is north. So, I guess you're going to find your answer as we proceed.
Yeah, just why a pirate? There's no ships out here.
You know, I do
Can't even-
remember of some pirates. Fine
Ice
folk
pirates?
that I worked with. No, I should tell you. I'm not Yahsob.
Act surprised. I whispered at Ralph. Act, I don't know if I was meant to tell you, just act surprised.
Oh.
This is brand new information.
Yep. So
I'm-
you're not Yahsob. Yahsob.
I'm Kadam Bochet, elephant cleric and builder where I come from, but here I seem to be a barbarian, a fighter.
And a guide.
Well, our guide, I'm afraid, passed in that last battle. I became unconscious for some time, and when I awoke, it was just me. I'd lost him. He was gone.
I'm going to
Inside,
beat
inside.
up Yahsob.
Can I work out if Kadam? I don't know if Effie would care, but did Kadam kill Yahsob and hang his innards up inside his own little world somewhere?
Exactly. I'm thinking the same thing, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I'm under the impression that he's possessed. That Yahsob is possessed by Kadam here.
That is
And the only way I know to get rid of possession is to knock a bitch out. At least I think that'll work.
Is Mark muted?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I was trying to say so. Alright, so good insight. Couple of things. Okay, so
Hey, don't go faster. That's a great insight.
it's just, yeah, it really is. Kadam,
Yeah.
couple of things. One, You have no memory of Yahsob whatsoever, remember, or of any of your time before waking up in the snow.
Oh, I missed. Sorry, I thought
Yeah.
I was missing Yahsob.
No,
Okay.
you have no memory of him at the moment.
Just remember him elevating.
Damn.
Basically, all you remember is you entering this body, another spirit raising into the sky, and you coming to, like, as you are. And the last thing you remember before that is what happens in the obsidian caverns and the portal and the explosion
Okay.
at the moment.
So, either way, I know that Yahsob is no longer with us, and I'm afraid we have no guide.
Yeah, and so inside check now. I want you to roll to me only, Kadam, either persuasion or deception, depending on whether you're telling the truth or lying.
Okay.
And beat a 28.
Well, not necessarily. It's like these will
No, I
determine what, yeah. All right, so Effie, you can tell beyond any shadow of a doubt that Kadam is telling the truth right now. At least he believes what he's saying.
So to rectify what he said, he would have said something along the lines of, "I just got here. I don't know how I got here."
Basically, yeah. He saw another, maybe that he saw another creature like him raising into the sky. If you're referring to him as someone else, you might mention that.
Hey, can I add a thing for the retcon? Maybe the memories are taking some time to fade.
Uh-huh.
I'm remembering things halfway through I speak and forgetting them again. And
Perfect. Yeah, cool. All right, so yeah, and you'd maybe even pick up on that as well, Effie, with that insight check.
All right.
Like he believes what he's saying, but he seems to be losing bits as he's saying it. But also, before we go on, Ralph was about to try and beat Yahsob up. So, what are you thinking with that, Ralph?
I'm thinking gauntlets and brain damage.
Okay, cool. So, Yahsob, well, Kadam, how are you going to react to Ralph coming up and starting to swing at you?
Non-lethally,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and hold his arms back the best I can. Either using cleric-style martial arts or barbarian-style brutality.
All right, so Ralph, you go in, you start swinging, and all Kadam's trying to do is stop you from hitting him. He's not trying to fight back.
Would do.
You do make contact though, like it's actual. It's when he blocks a blow, or you might maybe land one that he doesn't manage to block. It's definitely solid physical. Like
when
it's
he
not a ghost.
actually lands one on me, I'll say, "It's okay, my son."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You fully sound possessed to me.
Right, so
And I've been in other campaigns where you've been possessed. It's time to beat it out of me.
Right, so as this is going on, Effie, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to sit there with a wonderfully high 28 insight, and my insight into Yahsob is that he believes what he's saying, and I understand what the situation he's in because I was just in that situation. Oh, Wallamir was in that situation.
Yep.
But I also think Ralph needs to get out of his system. So I'm going to sit there and be like, get him.
All right. So Ralph and Kadam, how do you guys see this resolving? Talk to me.
I picture Effie in her rations having popcorn that she could just heat up in her hand as she throws into her mouth.
They're popping, literally popping in my hand. And then I just turn to Taiji. I'm like, aren't you going to help your friends? Get in there. They're going to hurt each other.
Taiji?
I'll look up from where I'm finishing putting my brother back together again. And are we're still in our 8 hours, or is it all finished now?
You've rested. It's morning.
Yeah, you're like finally completed and pop up. I'm done, and you look up.
Yeah.
And this is what's
Okay.
going
They're
on.
full on
So-
going at it. They're fighting.
So
Well, Kadam's not fighting, but Ralph is.
I'll turn around. I'll be like, you two fighting. Are you willing to allow me to do a spell for you?
You two
And
fighting.
I'm just going to wait for a response first.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like,
keep blocking blows and saying, as soon as he stops.
yep, same thing. As soon as he stops.
I can cast this spell to help you to resolve this issue,
Yeah.
Okay.
as long as you are
I'm
willing.
Not okay with
Get
it.
him! Hit him! He's definitely possessed. I cast silence on Taiji.
Nice. A little less vague, and maybe I'd have been willing. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I think Effie at this point. We need a cleric or something.
Yeah, if only we had a cleric in this party.
Hey, Mark,
Like
Mark,
fucking 3 of them right now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm screaming. Like, we need a cleric. He's possessed. Help me get this ghost out, and that's it. I just keep
Well,
pummeling.
I can't do
In hopes
anything at
that
the
I can
moment because I
knock
can't.
him
All right.
Well, not for
So
nothing.
I cast
You can always
the
walk
silence
out of
on
the silence.
I cast the silence on him, and then I'm gonna walk up and actually no, Jace, if you want to have one turn before, like, so silence is an area thing, and it is 20-foot sphere, is it?
Radius, I think. Regardless,
Radius sphere.
you can step out.
So you could just walk out of it. It's non-harmful. It's I literally just didn't want your verbal somatics. So I could see if I get them to hit each other a bit. But I will do one thing because I got to mark that spell slot off. I will do
Role-playing,
one
killing
thing.
players. For
If you
50
think
years.
he's possessed, this
he thinks he's fucking dumb.
Oh.
We need a guide. We need our guide
Oh.
back.
I'll walk out of the spells like till I can speak, and I'll be like, this spell I can cast will determine if there is an extra presence within either of you, if you're willing to let me do it.
Oh, that sounds very clericy. That sounds
These
good.
two are still like biffo, boffo, block. This is
All
going
I'm
on.
all I need is for you to be willing to say yes.
Consent's important, people.
Yep. See, and he won't do it.
I comply.
Hurt our dad. Do something. Help.
There you go. Kadam has complied, or has agreed. What about you, Ralph? Are you more convinced?
No. Are you kidding me? I don't have an extra spirit in me.
True. I mean, you could.
I
Shut up.
But-
I comply or whatever. Consent. And I say I consent to whatever this is because that sounds like fun and I want to be helpful. Although I should point out it 100% is Kadam.
And
But cast away.
I cast catnap on them.
Well, the only
No.
ones willing were Effie and Kadam.
Yes, I know.
So they're the ones that it works on.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. I go to
Yep.
sleep.
So they both go to sleep. So Ralph, as you're swinging away, Kadam just like eyes
Slumps
closed and
over.
collapses into the ground and starts snoring.
to take you out.
and so does Effie. So there you go. That's happening.
Can
And
you
then-
share it to the game log just so I can read? Like, I guess I'm just asleep and I get a short rest or something, or a long rest.
Basically, yeah. We'll
Yeah.
rest in fucking like 10 minutes or something, I think.
Oh my god.
So you get your spell slot back. You get a benefit of short rest, so whatever you get back on the short rest.
Damn it, nothing.
Um,
Oh wait, hang on. No, here we go. I can use my channel divinity. No, I can't do that. I didn't do it. All good.
and I just go to Ralph. I'm like, well, he's all good now. I don't know what happened with Effie, but they're good.
I would like to think that my character's not this dumb. And maybe would have even picked up on the inside of this whole "Are you willing" thing back then. I have a feature that gives me an extra D4 to insight, I think. Of course, I'll never find it. Oh wait, it's a racial thing. When you make wisdom, insight, or perception check, roll an extra D4.
So you're what are you wanting to insight exactly? Again, just run that by me.
Well, one, when he lied to everybody, asking if we were willing, and that he was able to separate souls from bodies and things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then do whatever he was just saying. Oh, that he doesn't know what happened to Effie, and that everything's like there's just a whole bunch of lies.
Yeah, absolutely. So roll me insight, and Jason roll. I'm assuming deception. But you can roll that to me and roll it as persuasion or deception if you're actually telling the truth and want to be sneaky.
We all know he's lying. Just roll deception in chat. We literally have seen the effects. Like you fully know what the characters in game aren't real. You're not going to trick them.
Yeah, Ralph, you're like he seems to be like pretty good at it. But you can tell he's not exactly being completely honest with him in both instances.
Yeah. I'm waking Effie up.
Yep, fair.
Effie, watch him. He's a trickster. And I don't even. Can I wake her up?
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta slap them or shake them awake. They won't get the benefit of the rest, but they'll wake up.
Yeah. And, fuck! I gotta get it out of them.
No, like, listen, it 100. Like, remember what I told you the other night about Wallamir not being from this world?
I might have not been listening, and I look back at your breasts.
Hang on.
God.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Wallamir used to do the same thing. I put the clothes back on. All right. Nope, not enough. They changed into thick overalls.
Yeah.
That come up like the neck. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So, Wallamir and Yahsob, Kadum aren't from this world. They came in and they technically possess bodies, I guess. But Rimalaw is 100% dead, and I believe Yahsob might be as well. And if Yahsob was our guide, we might be a little bit screwed.
Oh,
however,
reincarnation thing. Like they're reincarnating in dead people.
I'm actually going to find out. 1 second.
Rimalaw is dead, and Yahsob's dead, and now we got 2 more people.
Hey, listen, I didn't bring myself here. Some crazy tentacle bitch did. I don't really know what's going on. Usually I'm trapped inside that deck of cards. But here I am.
Well, you must have heard we had a fight with some gnolls. And when we killed them, they came back as well.
No, before that, it actually happened like 10 days ago. I honestly can't believe none of you caught on. Wallamir was actually calling himself Wallamir. He's like literally the worst. But I will. Hang on. We are trying to find. What's our mission? What are we trying to find? We're trying to find something.
We're trying to find the
But I'm
ore. We're trying to find ore up in the wall, ice wall.
Here at this point, I'll drop a letter to you guys. I'll grab it for chat. But basically, Sergeant Bernie gave me this before he left. And
All right.
We're gonna wake Kadam up yet?
no,
It's
no, because I fully want to beat this out of him, and I'm hearing Effie out. But so far, this is probably still possessions in my mind. Because look, that's fucking Yahsob. Right? It doesn't look like Kadam, it looks like Yahsob.
Seems right. I really hate to cut this short, folks, but the intrigue is perhaps a good point to leave it. Jason has to go to work soon, so we're going to have to finish up. But I will either read the letter out for you guys, or
it's up on the screen.
I know it's up, but like someone's going to read it because for dramatic effect, and that's where we're going to end. Is at the end of that letter. So
it is with the utmost urgency that I have dispatched a trusted messenger to deliver to you this communication. Lord Stern Sorrows. I'm trying to read it off.
I'll take it. I've got it here. Lord Stern Sorrow's fears have been realized. The Empire's reinforced legions have descended upon our outposts in the southern Badlands. The situation is dire, and our forces are holding for now. I urge you to make haste in completing your mission. It may be our only hope of repelling the Empire's forces and saving our people. For expediency, I have included a recall stone. It will bring you to my location when you have found what we seek. May the gods guide your hands. Gladys Woad, who is the person that hired you for this mission, and the letter is sealed with the symbol of the Common Alliance. And that, my friends, is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you all very much. We'll see you next week and find out what's going to happen.
Thank you to Sirenscape for the music.
Oh yeah. Thanks guys. I'll get a raid sorted for those of you that are still around, and we have to let Jason sign out, so we'll let him do that. Thank you very much.
Bye.
And you. Goodbye.
Yeah.